What happens when you sit down at a blank page and try to figure out what you're going to write for your audience? Maybe you stare at a blinking cursor for a while. Maybe you think you've got a good idea, but you sort of get lost within a couple of paragraphs. Well, you know that part of your job moving forward is going to be to build sort of a virtuous cycle for your marketing. You've got to be able to do little bits and pieces, brick by brick, building up a connection to your audience. In addition to the questions of what do they need, what do they want, and what are they ready to buy, you also need to start thinking about what do they read and what do they share? These are questions that are going to help you figure out what to write when you sit down to that blank page to draft a piece of marketing. So let's do a quick exercise here. Click the link below to open up the thread that you looked at before. We're going to get back to our friend who's not so good at reading his client. And as you read through this thread, which includes the commenters, brainstorm at least 5 blog post concepts that would help the original poster or the other commenters. And don't worry about clever headlines or any of the content. You're just coming up with topics, concepts for things that you could sit down and write and help them with. It's going to be 5 minutes on the clock, and we'll call you back at the end. All right, how do you think you did? How many concepts were you able to come up with in those 5 minutes? Did you come up with all 5? Maybe more? Maybe 10? 15? Did it feel easy or hard? When we ask other students about this, we get some really interesting answers. Some people think, oh, that was really fun. I got 5 right off the bat and just kept going. But then people look a little bit closer and realize, I'm not so sure how quickly I could write some of these posts. There's so many ideas that could come from just one thread, but I'm not really sure how to pick one. And perhaps most importantly, I'm not sure if any of these topics would actually be any good. Would my audience actually like them enough to read them, to act on them, and then share them with other people? I have no idea. Well, right here on the 30 by 500 canvas, you can see that we're going to be spending the next little while right here in Ebomb territory. So it's going to be really useful to learn how to come up with infinite Ebomb concepts and know which ones are going to be good without having to ask me or Amy. You'll be able to ask your audience through Sales Safari. Let's go check that out.